Hello everyone. انتوا صاحيين ولا نايمين؟ ده سؤال عشان انا شخصيا بنام. Are you awake? Awake? لا انا محتاجة ارد. Okay. طيب. I don't have presentation and this is meant to be. الدسكشن اللي انا هتكلم فيها انا هتكلم حاجة very practical. حاجة بتتكلم على digital transformation. عايزة اتناقش معاكم and this is an interactive session feel free to respond. اتناقش معاكم على الobstacles اللي مصر بتواجهها لتطبيق digital transformation وايه الرود ماب اللي انتم متخيلين ان مصر هتوصل لها في الثلاث سنين الجاية وليه. طيب هبدأ الأول بأول حاجة. كلمة digital transformation it's a very vast word. It's a very big one. What do you think digital transformation in business really means? So you will answer. Otherwise هاجي ألف على الكراسي. اتفضل.
Digital transformation is simply transferring any kind of manual or tasks that requires human effort to digital bots or platforms or tools, and to eliminate the human hands out of it. This is simply what is called is the meaning of the digital transformation.
Okay. Any other answer? Go ahead.
I think ultimately digital transformation is about removing barriers that come to digital behavior. Not that it's always the case, but ultimately the word transformation was meant because it should be improving on the journey of your employees internally and the customers externally.
Excellent. Thank you. One last answer. Okay. طيب digital transformation. Digital transformation mainly هي enabling business to serve customers in a more digital way, yet connecting the employees of the company with the customers, providing the services that the customer need in a digital way. Again, the triangle of business, employees, customer, service. Triangle of business ده هو الابروتش أي business ناجح لازم يستخدمه to drive more business revenue and meet customer needs. الفكرة في الديجيتال transformation إيه؟ Finding the right medium with the right customized services to meet the right culture of customers and serve the services they need. طيب ده يحصل إزاي؟ أنا قلت كذا حاجة فيها customization و personalization وقلت كلمة culture. يعني إيه؟ يعني كلمة digital transformation as a terminology is different from one country to another. Digital transformation is not standard. Digital transformation doesn't have a booklet that we all follow. Digital transformation is a technique that we need to master to be able to serve the needs of the country itself. So digital transformation in Egypt is different than digital transformation in USA. Are you convinced with this? Do you agree or disagree? Yes? Okay. طيب. How do we do that? What Egypt really needs? نتكلم على مصر كدولة. التحول الرقمي في مصر ده الاستراتيجيك ابروتش بتاع الدولة. كل الوزارات والحكومات عايزه توصل للتحول الرقمي ودي حاجه في الاستراتيجي بتاعت مصر 2030. طيب هنوصل لده ازاي؟ Digital transformation doesn't have a one-stop shop. يعني it's not one technology, it's not one tool, it's not building smart architecture, it's not one thing to do. Digital transformation علشان يتعمل لازم نحط الاستراتيجي ونابلاي توب داون. يعني الدولة مصر وبعدين الحكومة، الوزارات، الشركات، التجار، الأفراد. ده يتحط جوه تراينجل. التراينجل ده لازم يبقى كونكتد ببعضه من فوق لحد تحت. الكونكشن ده هيتم ازاي؟ ايه الحاجة اللي انتم متخيلينها in the technology? And that's a very interesting question that I need your brains to work upon. اللي تقدر تربط digitally الموظفين اللي في كل الانتيتيز that I've mentioned starting from الدولة لحد السيتيزنز مع ربط البيزنس مع الديجيتال ريبورتنج والداشبورد monitoring and keeping track of the KPIs and the needs of the customer. ده هيتم جزء منه روبوتكس، بس في جزء تاني هيومن انتراكشن. ايه التكنولوجي اللي تقدر تسيرف حاجه زي كده in the digital transformation؟ احنا اتكلمنا على RPAs، اتكلمنا على communication platforms، اتكلمنا على واتساب، اتكلمنا على interactive websites، اتكلمنا على حاجات كتيره قوي. ايه التكنولوجي اللي ممكن تحقق الاوبجيكتيف ده؟ حد عنده فكره؟ I said it in my previous panel. The enterprise social networks technology. Linking, when we talk about الدولة, we're talking about the GDPR بتاع مصر. GDPR بتاع مصر ده ما بنقيس بيه الديجيتال ترانسفورميشن، الكوميونيكيشن، الانفورميشن تكنولوجي اويرنس. الGDPR ده علشان يعلى في الحتة دي في الدولة لازم الربط يتم من أول الحكومة لحد الأفراد. passing through التراينجل اللي أنا اتكلمت فيه. طيب التكنولوجي that can really serve this and make it happen هي الانتربرايز سوشيال نتوركس. شرحها ايه؟ شرحها ان انا بعمل بلاتفورم on the web. It's like a website. It's very easy portal. It's called the community. community بتعمل رابطة بين الانتيتي وبين الموظفين بتاعتها، وتدخل فيها الكاستمرز، وبتدخل فيها البيزنس سيرفيسز او الفاليو بروبوزيشن، وبتاد الموديولز بتاعت الكوميونيكيشن، بتاد الماركتنج ايفنتس، وبتاد السيلز، وتقدر تطلع ROI instant من جوه البورتال ده. This is what's called community. It's like the Facebook for business. It's a new technology. هي نيو بالنسبه لمصر، بس هي مش نيو بالنسبه لامريكا لان هي في السوق بقى لها اكثر من 15 سنه. طيب ايه الشركات العالميه اللي adopting التكنولوجي دي وعندها ESN بتاعها؟ جوجل، اوراكل، مايكروسوفت، سيسكو، ديل EMC، IBM، ابل and you name it. If you جوجل دلوقتي من موبايلاتكم جوجل كوميونيتي او مايكروسوفت كوميونيتي او اوراكل كوميونيتي او سيسكو كوميونيتي, you will see a portal called, for example, cisco.community.com. This is not the website. This is the ESN. It's out there بقالها سنين. طب ليه المالتي ناشونالز وليه الشركات دي اللي في امريكا فاهمه حجم التكنولوجي وبتعمل له ادوبشن ومصر لا؟ علشان في lack of awareness. طيب احنا دلوقتي عندنا الاويرنس. What do you think we should do as a country علشان نوصل ان احنا نطبق التحول الرقمي في الدولة؟ بدل ما هو يبقى theory يبقى حاجة practical. We digitally connect the business with the end user. We add on top the communication framework, وده أهم framework احنا محتاجين نشتغل عليه علشان نقدر نديجيتايز البروسيس وفي نفس الوقت يبقى فيه two-way interaction. Any technology without a two-way interaction will not last more than 2 to 3 years and then it will die. الفكرة بتاعت adopting a digital transformation, it has to be a combo of the right technology, as I said, الexample بتاعها enterprise social networks, the right communication tools, the utilization of the WhatsApp business chatbot, embedding السوشيال ميديا والواتساب بزنس شات بوت الكوربريت جوه البورتال بتاع الشركه either ويب سايت او ESN, talking to the customer in a 360 degree way. يعني أنا كاستمر دخلت فتحت one of these channels. I'm a company, I'm a ministry, عندي 5 channels. I picked one. أقدر أوصل لباقي channels من الchannel دي. So breaking the silos is crucial. ما ينفعش كل company أو كل ministry أو whatever أنا بتكلم على أي نوع الانتيتي سواء حكومية أو private sector إن هي يبقى عندها silos channels. Customer suffers from silos channels علشان هو ما عندوش الوقت ولا الطاقة ولا الصحة إن هو يريبليكيت الأفرت بتاعه across various channels عشان يوصل لأوبجيكتيف واحد هو عايز يوصل. Accordingly, الاركيتكتشر وهو بيتحط للدولة نفسها. If we apply the technology that fits إنها تعمل digital connection, adding the business flavor on top, not using robotics, getting the employees with the right title, embarking them to talk to the customers in a fully managed, secure platform. وأنا بتكلم على technology تقدر تتبني on-prem أو private cloud أو public cloud. You can have the benefit of really knowing your customer not on a theory basis, on a real-time basis. الانتيتي if you can imagine with me لو كل الوزارات مربوطة ببعض والوزارات مربوطة بالموظفين اللي جواها مربوطة بالكاستمرز مربوطة بالخدمات and they all talk to each other and you have another private instant منها الموظفين بس هم اللي مربوطين ببعض and then you have another private public instant منها الكاستمرز والموظفين in companies مربوطين ببعض on a deal to deal basis. If this is the architecture that we've put in place من الأول في خلال 5 سنين كدولة مصر هتقدر تقول أنا عملت تحول رقمي. ليه؟ أنا ربطت بين الدولة وبين السيتيزنز and everything in between. قدرت أعمل لها monitoring، قدرت أطلع KPIs، قدرت أقدر أعرف الريل ماركت نيد، مش مجرد إن أنا أنزل وأعمل سيرفي، أكننا قاعدين مع بعض. So the trick in the digital transformation الماركت عايز إيه؟ الكونتري عايزة إيه؟ أنهي تكنولوجي تنفع للكونتري وتتعمل إزاي؟ Building the right architecture for the digital transformation is the key. احنا ممكن نبني حاجات كتيرة جدا digitally transformed. If it's not linked with each other, they will all fail. استخدام one channel برضو حصرية للdigital transformation نقول هي دي هنطلع بيها برضو it will fail. The interest of the citizens are different. في حد they prefer to use the WhatsApp business chatbots for business. في حد they prefer to use the official website or the mobile app أو the enterprise social networks technology أو the call center أو يروح البرانش. ما ينفعش كل دول يتلغوا and get replaced by one technology. The beauty of the digital transformation والROI بتاعها إن أنت تقدر تعمل 360 view بين كل البلاتفورمز دي without working on silos. So you can connect to the other medium from any platform you pick. Nevertheless, انت بتدي freedom للcitizen ان هو يختار أي نوع communication he prefers. حسب سنه، حسب السوشيال ستاندرد بتاعه، حسب البيرسونا بتاعته، حسب هو introvert ولا extrovert، ليها أبعاد كتير قوي. طيب 3 سنين قدام digital transformation لو اتطبق with the right mindset، لو احنا كدولة قدرنا ناخد الريسك calculated risk ان احنا نجرب تكنولوجيز ما اتعملتش في مصر قبل كده. Do you think that this will be the road to actually digital transformation? ولا do you have other approach that we should do? أنا عندي الإجابة بس حابة أسمع منكم. أسألكم سؤال تاني. لو إحنا في 3 سنين أخدنا الريسكس وطبقنا تكنولوجيز ما اتعملتش في الدولة قبل كده and the ministries طلعت بيها والحكومة وقالت احنا هنطبق ده. awareness مش موجود. nevertheless في lessons learned on a global level that it works. عملنا له tailoring و customization to what Egyptians need. Do you think this will work? Achieve our goal in 3 years? ولا stick with what we know? وليه؟ تفضل.
It's gonna succeed, but the failure percentage is very high because you need to educate the customer first. Then you need to educate the customer first, and it may take times in Arabic like words. I'm talking about my perspective. I don't know about like how like Egyptian learn about like stuff, but I'm so aware like 5 years is the minimum to succeed of this technology.
Okay. So you're saying that the obstacle is the awareness and to learn the customer.
Perhaps, yeah.
How to use it.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think?
Yes.
I believe it's not for this generation. It might takes about 2 or 3 generations. Up until now, our elders asked us to actually withdraw their money from the ATM machines in the street. So they could actually give you their PIN codes so you could withdraw their money. So we're still pretty far from digital transformation. We should start with education. We should start with planting a seed in the next generations. If we did the digital transformation right now, it will only have an impact on those who are interested and open to deal with such technologies. That's my belief.
Okay. Thank you. طيب. So he's saying that we're not mature enough to go to the latest digital transformation technology, and there's another risk that
Actually,
people
choose to
will have to learn. Yes.
I choose to disagree with what you just said. Because
Go
the
ahead.
last 18 months proved to us that everything is doable. Because we all changed our lifestyle the past 18 months. Everyone, regardless of their level of education, of technology, was forced into using something that is a little bit more digital. And that happened not just in Egypt, in any place, regardless of the level of digital. So I think this argument would have held fine 18 months ago, but after the past 18 months, the world has proved to us that technology is something that we all leaned towards. People who were not quite aware about technology were forced into using it, and they actually found that there are merits there. So I'm choosing to believe that no, it's not such a big barrier.
Okay. Thank you. Go ahead.
That's a very, very strong point, but at my beliefs, the 18 months learn us to adapt with something already exists, which is digital technology, not a new technology to be adapted on. And the fact of 2 decades, nah, I disagree. Perhaps 5 years, 3 years, 2 years like that. It's we don't need really a decade. In my country, WhatsApp just started, and now it's the first application being used with older people. So we don't need the decade. We need a time, but that time could be measured with 3 years, 5 years. Depend on the level of the country. But like when we say 18 months, something is different. No, digital transformation was there, but like not a lot of people was aware of it. Just start learning about something already exists and adapt to it because it's a must, not a. Sorry. That are nice to have. Sorry, I ate some spicy foods. Okay.
Excellent. So we have 3 different opinions, which I like. We have immediate adoption. We have 2 to 5 years. We have 2 decades. So all of the answers are right. Let me tell you why. Any country and anyone in the world is resilient to change. That's a human nature. Nevertheless, the needs of the people are changing, meaning the time is now precious, the health is now precious, there is massive commitment to business, to family, to sports, to whatever that any of us do in their day. So, in the old days, people have the time to go and sit in the branch for 2 to 3 hours. They socialize while doing it. They have the time, they have the energy. The persona is different. Right now, we're very business-oriented persona. And that's a worldwide thing. So in the 80s and the 60s, the people were different. Now we're not like that. So first of all, the change of the culture, the change of the persona, that took place. After we changed in the persona, what happened? Our needs are different. So we prioritize more time, money, family, commitment, and we don't want to waste it doing stuff that is not within these areas. That led to what? That led to change in the appetite of adopting, as you were saying, the new things that will serve our needs, our personal needs, before even business. So, me, Yasmina, I would like to go, have my paperwork done in any government office, you name it. It can be renewing my passport. It can be changing the address in my national ID. My wish, one of my wishes, is to do that, and I don't have to stay in a queue where I'm all around by people who are sweating and I can't breathe, and I spend my day losing my job, I take it off, and then after that I go home, can't even feel myself and can't breathe. That's one of my wishes. So, again, and I think that all of us have the same wish. Again, talking back to the adoption and the technology, and either it's a 2 decades, 5 years, or immediate, the needs are changing. If all of us have the need of getting things done quickly, effectively, without physical exhausting and without wasting the time, then the level of adoption of new things rises. It's part of the psychology of the human being. So, I can assure you that since our needs are different, since our time is really precious, and since we're all business-oriented people, then if we have a technology that can serve what we need exactly the way we need it, and serve the country, the reporting, the security, the digital communication, knows how they can utilize the productivity of their own employees, know how they can make their citizens happy, then the level of the adoption will increase. Once there is a need, there is a will. So, back to the answers, I disagree strongly about the 2 decades. Immediate would be a little bit challenging. 5 years would be a little bit challenging. But to sum it up, you all agree that there has to be awareness, education. We have to be open as a country to new technologies, replacing the old technologies we know. So we have to go outside of the closed fence of this is what we know, and this is what other countries do, we don't know. So the risk that we will take has to be calculated. Once we calculate it and do the on-ground or on-site surveys and adopt it in one module with one industry or one ministry and see the feedback from the customer and then replicate it if successful, we will be able to keep track of every citizen in Egypt and meet the needs of this citizen. And even raise the productivity and make more time for people to relax and have fun and be able to be healthy instead of wasting hours in queue with no return on investment. So the idea of the digital transformation, and the tricky part is tailoring it. I can't take plug and play technology. I can't buy it off the shelf. I can't ever, even if I have the money, the connections, I can't take something that's really successful in Europe or USA and replicate it as is in here. It will be a huge failure. Other countries will laugh. The trick is know your audience. Tailor the technology to serve their needs, not what you want, what they want. So that's the key pillar of any successful digital transformation. It's a very vast word, as I said. It has everything related to technology within this word. It can be used in websites, mobile apps, the enterprise social networks, the WhatsApp, the social media, the RPAs, the AI, the machine learning, the data mining is all elements to achieve the digital transformation. So we can never say that this technology is equivalent to the digital transformation. This is nonsense. But what we need to understand is the country needs the audience and what type of technology and how can fit this country need and audience. And again, it has to be new. Doing what we know doesn't really do anything. You know that. So you know the ultimate goal that you will reach. That's your ceiling. So this is not digital transformation. If any technology is not two-way between the customer and the employee, it's not digital transformation. If any technology doesn't include business, employees, customers, and communication, it's not digital transformation. If any technology is one way, like static websites, is not digital transformation. So digital transformation is not just any technology. It has parameters. And it must be adopted within these parameters. Any technology that serves the employees, the customer, the business, and include communication two-way, that's the only digital transformation. Do you agree or disagree with me? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone disagree? No? Okay. Do you think that the risk-taking in this area when it comes to the country is wise or stupid? Stupid. Okay. Any other opinion? Wise or stupid? Calculated risk. Trying stuff that's new. Raise hands if you think it's stupid. 1, 2, stupid. The rest are wise. There is no third answer, either wise or stupid. Okay, so 2 thinks they're stupid, the rest thinks they're smart. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Why it's stupid?
I believe it's really simple because when you take a risk on a wide scale, like a country level, and if you mess up, you are going to lose confidence in a huge base. You're speaking about 100 million. So if you do so, if you lose, if these 100 million lose the faith or lose the confidence of following your initiatives, fixing it in the future will be near to impossible.
Agree.
That's it.
Okay, agree. But talking about that, if we adopt a new technology, it has to be on a pilot basis. So we'll have to start small. Taking a ministry, taking an office, taking a governmental entity which is small, and do a pilot on it, and then test the ground, and then come back with feedback. If positive, then we cascade. If no, then we amend. This is what I mean by the calculated risk. We can never start mass, anything in the world. If you start and put all your balls in one basket, you will fail.
Yes, that-
because the basket can drown easily.
Correct.
But if you start small with a new technology that's the country is not familiar with, do you think this is stupid or smart?
That way, if you do it right, it definitely is not gonna be stupid.
Okay, okay, perfect. Okay, why stupid?
Maybe digital transformation. Maybe digital transformation must be like a train.
Like, for
Train,
example?
yes,
Okay.
like train. We have a start time and arrive time with many car. All car, like a container, content a small for every one.
Mhm.
What's the culture? How can we go to digital transformation with our culture here in Egypt? That's it.
So you mean divide the digital transformation cycle into phases and do it one phase at a time?
Yes.
Okay, okay, excellent. Okay, to sum it up, what you're saying is you are with adopting new technology, new to the country. Nevertheless, we have to start small, split it into phases, do it on a pilot phase first on one entity, and then take a survey and then amend from there. So mainly adopting the agile and design thinking methodology using the digital transformation. So I agree with you on that. Nevertheless, my last sentence would be use innovative, out of the box, brilliant brains. The old minded brains will never do digital transformation. The calibers that must lead this in the country must be unique in terms of they understand in-house what we want as a country, and they understand the latest technology, and they have this sense, which is very tricky and hard, it's not easy, to Egyptianize the technology, if even this is a word. But I use it, I'm fond of it. So tailoring what the other successful countries have and then change it to what we really need is the key to the adoption of the technology, and it's the only key actually to the adoption of the technology to meet our needs. My dream is that in 3 to 5 years we see Egypt really digitally connected in a way or in another, it doesn't matter. As long as there is a two-way communication between the service employees and customers, and the communication is the pillar in the middle. Once this happens, I really wish that there will be a day that comes that I can do everything I would like to do with companies, with private sector, public sector, with distributor, with retailers, in a digital way, nevertheless, without eliminating the human interaction way. And that's very tricky. So, the technology that must be used must be human to human. Because if we all replaced it to robotics, it will never fly. Nevertheless, the BPAs and the RPAs must be there, but for the process. But when it comes to the interaction and the communication, it's art. It's like art. You have to be there. So replacing humans 100%, I strongly disagree, it will fail the technology. Nevertheless, using the interaction, the heart of the triangle of communication, human to human, in a digital way, you don't have to see the face. Although you can embed the video conference inside, but the idea is understanding the language of the customer, the tone of voice in a digital way is what really will make the technology a success. That doesn't mean that the processes are going to be robotics, that the architecture can be robotics, but the communication with the humans, it must be an interactive human two-way communication. That's all. Any other questions? Thank you guys, my pleasure. Take care.